Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Cartridge Fun. If this is your first time checking out one of my videos, my name's Nate. If you like video games, retro games, video game collecting, you might want to hit that subscribe button. So we are at the beginning of the month, which means I get to share my finds with you guys for the month of October. And to be honest with you guys, the month was awful. I just didn't really find much until the end of the month, and we are at the end of flea market season, garage sale season, about a month, and just there really isn't a lot of places to look for video games. So the winter, I tend to focus on pawn shops as well as some thrift stores, but even then, if I do find games, a lot of the times they're just overpriced or just things that I'm not really interested in. But I did find a few items, definitely excited to share them with you guys, so let's take a quick look. So the first thing that I picked up was actually at church. Somebody came up to me and said that they had some things that I might be interested in, and anytime a kid is selling anything, I typically buy, just because I like when kids approach adults and they try to do a sales pitch, and so I'm definitely a sucker for that. But he had some Nintendo plushies and wanted to know if I was interested. A lot of people know that I'm into Nintendo and video games, and so I'm not really sure if this was a good deal or not, but I bought a whole bunch of them for 20 bucks. So definitely happy to add them to my collection. I got ones like Donkey Kong, I got a Mario here, as well as a Yoshi, and they're all in really good condition, cleaned up pretty nice. And then I got a whole bunch of other ones as well. I'm not really sure on how to kind of display them. I really don't want to make a shelf specifically for them. So if you guys have plushies and you know how you display them, let me know down in the comments below. Give me some good ideas on that. But definitely happy to add them to my collection, and for 20 bucks, why not? I did come across a few games, like I said, but let's get the big one out of the way. Obviously it's October, that means a big Switch release happened, and this is one that I've been playing quite a bit, and that's Super Mario Odyssey. So this is a game that really needs no introduction. It is a fantastic platforming style game, very interesting gameplay. And I haven't played a lot of 3D Mario games. I skipped over the Nintendo 64 one, but definitely happy with this one. There are a few quirks here and there, but overall this is a really solid game, really good gameplay, decent controls. I can't say enough about it. It is a very, very good game, and very happy to add this one to my Switch collection. So Super Mario Odyssey, let's get that one out of the way. And then I did pick up a few NES titles, not a ton of them, but ones that I needed for the collection and nothing really fancy. The first one that I picked up was Metal Mech, and I gave this one about 10-15 minutes of gameplay, and it just wasn't really that interesting, but maybe I need to spend a little bit more time with it. But it seemed okay, but very basic for the NES. So happy to add it to my collection though, and that's Metal Mech. And this one is a promotional game. I've talked about some other promotional games that I picked up in my collection, like MC Kids, and I think there was one Spot for 7-Up. This one is, I think, a Domino's promotional game, and that's a Yo-Noid. So if I'm not mistaken, he was the pizza guy for Domino's. But it's a platforming style game. From what I played, it's fairly decent, very basic, but definitely enjoyable. Probably will spend a little bit more time with that, but definitely happy with the price. I think I paid $3 for this one, and a nice solid Capcom title. And then the third and final NES game that I picked up was Ninja Gaiden 2. Now this is a game that I've seen quite often, but I just have never pulled the trigger on it because the prices have been a little bit higher than what I want to spend. So I think I picked this one up for $5 or $6. Happy to add it to my collection. I have the first one, now I have the second one. And I played this one a little bit, and the controls seem really nice, the music's nice, and of course it's got those Ninja Gaiden cutscenes that are really good. So happy to add that one to my collection, hoping that I find the third one. I did come across that game this weekend, but it was really expensive. I think it was about $45, and I'm just not going to spend that on those games. So those were the NES games. I picked up some Super Nintendo games, and as you guys know, my Super Nintendo collection is fairly thin, but I have 3 more to add to it. It seems like I haven't been finding a lot of the NES games, but have been finding more Super Nintendo games, which I'm fine with. So the first game that I came across was Tiny Toons Buster Busts Loose. Haven't played it yet, but being a Konami title, I'm hoping it's fairly decent. And then a game that I've played a few other Disney games. This one is The Lion King. I recently did a Retro Thursday recap on Beauty and the Beast. I'll put that down in the description below if you want to check out that video. But most Disney titles for the NES as well as the Super Nintendo are fairly decent games. So I'm hoping this one won't disappoint. We'll hopefully check this out fairly soon. So happy to add that one to my collection. And then this one, you guys have been talking about quite a bit on Twitter, especially since Halloween has passed. And it's kind of a pricey game, but I think I got it for a fairly decent price. And that game is Zombies Ate My Neighbors. I know a lot of you guys speak very highly about it. I haven't played it, still haven't played it yet. So I'm hoping to spend a little bit of time with it and see kind of what you guys are talking about. So I paid $20 for this, which I thought was fairly decent. The guy said he wasn't sure if it worked or not because it had paint on the back, which is kind of strange. But I put it in and it seems to be working okay. Haven't played it though, just got the start menu up and running. But happy to add this one to my collection for sure. So Zombies Ate My Neighbors. That's really all that I had for pickups for the month of October. Like I said, it was fairly thin, but I'm definitely hoping to come across a few more games for the month of November. I'll definitely keep you guys in the loop. Make sure you check me out on Instagram and Twitter at Cartridge Fun. You'll be able to see a lot of these pickups before the video even hits. And I definitely post a lot of video game material on Twitter, so definitely check that out. And that's all I have for you guys. I'll catch you guys later. See ya.